Hey everybody, good morning. It's about 11:30 in the morning. It is gosh, what is today? Thursday, the 3rd of February 2022, 2322. What I'd like to do today is take a look at Bitcoin, take a look at Nasdaq, take a look at the S&P 500, kind of see where we're at. I think we're getting to a really pivotal point in the market, and I want to discuss all of these things before we get too far too far ahead of ourselves. Before I get into any of those courses, you all know it's not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my opinion on the market. We've been doing really, really great in the trading room. This is some of the results that we've had from last week. If you're not a member of our Discord, you want to be a member of the Discord. BitDoctor.org has all the information that you need, including access to the indicator that I use in all of my trading, which I'm going to be discussing today. All right, and so let's go ahead and move into the chart. I'm starting here with our good friend Bitcoin. Obviously we've been watching this, we've been charting this, we've been tracking this for quite some time. I'm going to make a couple just minor adjustments to this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an adjustment to say that basically what this is from here, from the top we can count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into here, and then we've got a little A, B, C. And then from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that finishes 3, 4, 5. Sorry, yes, got to get that right. So we've got 5 waves down. All right, so nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish this move, which I think was and we've discussed this. This was basically the beginning of the completion of this wave 4. This was just the start of it. So we've got a nice, 5 waves into the A, and then 3 waves into the B, right? So we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, so 5, 3. And then off of this, we can count a nice clean 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Actually, the 3 would be up there. We'll go back and check that. So 3, 4, and then we've got our 5th wave up there. So from down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a nice 5-wave structure moving up. A little bit of a truncation, not a truncation necessarily, but we didn't go very high on this wave 5. Our downside target has been, and will continue to be about 31,000. That I believe is going to be where we get the bottom of this wave 4. And we're getting close. Now I want to explain why I think we're getting close, because that's going to be important for long-term buyers, right? Because just as we had right here in this area, which we have discussed in numerous videos, we had 100% equality to the downsides. We have A, B, almost 100% to the downside right here. And that's one of the reasons why I'm saying 31,000. I'm not saying 30,605. Somewhere around 31,000 is likely where we're going to find a bottom. Because again, what it does appear is that we are creating a little bit of a bottoming formation. And there's a few things that I'm looking for. I'm looking for 5 waves. I'm looking for 5 waves to finish this. And basically, from the top, what it looks like from up here, we've got, another A, B, or W, X, and then working down on the Y. But what it looks to me is that we've got, kind of a W, X, Y that's going on here. Or sorry, an A, B, C. Because it looks like we came down in 5 waves. So we've got, our A right here, we've got our B right here, and then we've got our C that we're working on right now. And I believe, again, that's going to be the way that this goes. And whether it's an ABC or a WXY, one way or another, we've got a 3-wave correction that's occurring here. I'm not going to get, too caught up in the weeds. From here, again, what this looks like, we've got a nice little 5-wave structure down into another A, and then we've got the B, and then we're going to talk about this here in just a second. So this is going to be our wave C to go down and finish this on a lower degree, okay? Now, let me zoom in. I'm on a 3-hour. I'm going to go to a 1-hour here and just kind of take a look at a few things. One thing I do want to point out, again, we're looking at the indicator. We've got the weekly. Again, the weekly is down here in a place that it hasn't been in a very, very long time. How long has it been since the weekly was this low? So the weekly right now is at about 12. So let's just put a horizontal line right there. And then what else am I going to do? I'm going to remove a lot of the other indicators. I just want to see the weekly for right now. All right, so let's just take a look at the weekly. When was the last time the weekly was down here? I'm actually going to go to a weekly. Okay, the last time the weekly was this low was all the way back here when we were at about 30,000. Okay, that's the last time it was this low. The time before that, when it was this low, was all the way back here at about 7,000. Okay, this was, and actually, I should probably use a different chart, other than I'm using Bybit right now. Let me go to Coinbase because Coinbase has a decent amount of history on Bitcoin here. So the times that the weekly has been this low, really the last time it was this low was way back in the 2018, bear market. And I say bear market, with hesitation. It was a bear market, right? Obviously, we did break down, and can we break down? Yes. But what happened before that happened? We had a good move up. How much of a move up was that? Well, that was about 40%. So we could get a 40% move from here. We may get more. I think a lot of people are expecting more. I actually think, again, we're going to go down to about 31,000 before that happens. But these areas, these levels are great for long time buyers, right? So this is an old chart here. Let me put all the indicators back on here and just take a look at this because, again, looking at it from this structure that we've got moving down, right? We've got, let me go back to the Bybit chart because I've already got a layout here. From the top, right, what this looks like, I'm going to compress this because I want to get a good count on this last move. All right, so what do we have? We've got a nice amount of compression that is occurring here. Okay, so from there, what this looks like, I'm not going to dig too deep into this, but this looks like we could be working on a 1 and then a 2. And then from that move, looks like we've got the completion of a wave 3. So again, a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a shorter 5 into the 3. And then from there, a nice A, B, C into the 4. And I think that 4 is probably in, right? There's a lot of subjectivity to this, but then we go down for wave 5. Again, this is going to be on a lesser degree. So this is what I've got here. Looking at this again, from the correction standpoint, it looks to me like we've got a nice contender for an A, a B, and a C to finish that. What it looked like at the time was that we were creating something that looked like it was going to be breaking upward. This did look pretty bullish at the time. One thing that I ignored, and part of trading is learning from your past mistakes. That's, if you're not learning from your past mistakes, then you shouldn't be here. We look like we were creating a bit of a diamond pattern, and these are usually reversal patterns. I ignored this at the time, so I missed out on what was occurring here, but we were definitely creating a diamond top, and then of course we reversed down from there. Now, what do things look like right now? Right now, things look like, we did have a little bit of a buy, but the 12-hour is moving down. If we can get the weekly, the hourly, the 3-hour, and the 12-hour all down here at the same time, and again, I think it's going to happen soon, probably maybe this weekend, maybe early next week, I believe we're going to be finishing this wave 5. Now, on the lowest degree, right, and I don't really like doing this, but from the lowest degree, I've got a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got a 5-wave structure going down here. And again, this could be the 1 here, the 2 here. It probably fits better that way because then you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go into this 3, ABC into the 4, and then down for the 5. Then, we have the little correction. I think we're probably going to go a little bit higher. Sorry, I know I'm talking about Bitcoin quite a bit here, but Bitcoin really likes to go to, the 50, the 618. Can we go this high? I mean, it's very possible. The 382 is probably more likely because things look very weak at the moment. So going up here to about 37.4 rather, is probably where things are going to go. Since it's a 3-wave correction for this last leg, do you assume it's not a flat? Well, so what I'm looking at here, let me go back to a 4-hour time frame. I'm expecting this to be an expanded flat, right? So what I've got, I've got my 5 waves, 3 waves up, and then I should expect there to be, I guess I would expect there to be 5 waves coming down, right? Because this wouldn't be, you can't have a 5-3-3, but 5-3, and then I guess it would be better served as 1-2-3-4-5 to take 5 waves down. That would fit better. We'll just have to see. I do believe we're going to go lower, and the count probably will change because I guess what you've correctly pointed out is that I can't have 5 waves down, then 3 waves up and 3 waves down. That doesn't fit. So likely this is going to have to adjust. But at a minimum, I do believe we're probably going to come back down here and close this out at about 31,000. That's where I think that Bitcoin is going to go. So I also want to take a look at the S&P 500. This is something that I have been watching for quite some time. And I'm going to go to SPX. We've been watching this. I'm going to go on a lower time frame here. We did talk about there being a bottom. I think we did this in our last video, finding a bottom here at about 43.62. The interesting thing about this is when we got there, we didn't actually hit it. We flew and opened, through it. What were we getting down here? And we took some long positions in the Discord. We got some great long positions down here. I actually think the bottom is in on the S&P. That's my gut feeling. We didn't hit the 1618, but what we did hit, something that I usually don't pay too much attention to, I think it was the 2.236. So, of course, we went a little bit lower than that, but 2.236, not a very common bottom to be looking for, but we hit that pretty well, and we hit it pretty well in futures as well. So I actually believe that we had an extended wave C, something that we don't see very often, although we have been seeing a little bit more frequently here recently. I think we've got an ABC finish on the S&P. And from there, I think we've got a contender for a 1-2, because we can see right here, we've got a nice correction. ABC. What I usually do whenever I'm analyzing a chart, one of the first things that I do, I look for a correction. Okay? I look for correction and compression. We had a nice little area for compression right here before we broke up, and now we're pulling back. So what does this look like to me? Well, from the bottom, I'm going to say that we've got the contender for a 1, 2, and then we're working on 3, 4, 5. On a much higher degree. This is what I think is happening in the S&P 500. What do we have right here? We've got a nice contender for a leading diagonal. Okay, so again, on a lower degree from here, big wave 1, shorter wave 3, very short wave 5. That's again going to be on a lower degree, right? So I think we've got a nice leading diagonal into wave 1, ABC into wave 2. Then what do we have? From here, nice little 1, ABC correction into the 2, 3, compression into the 4, and then we completed this wave 5. This wave 5 is done, okay? But what this looks like to me is a case for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops. From down here, a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we're probably going to go a little bit lower. It's possible that we do go a little bit lower here. I'm going to change the color on this just for contrast. Where's my colors? Here it is. Change the color on this because, again, it does look like we're going to be going a little bit lower. What a lot of people are trying to do, they're trying to catch the bottom right here. I did nibble, right? Just to be completely upfront and honest, I did nibble on some SPXL in this area. I'll be looking to nibble a little bit lower. Do I think that we're probably going to go lower? It's very, very possible. So right now, we're finding support at the 236, as you can see. It wouldn't surprise me to come down here to the 382 or to come down here to the 0.5. So yes, I think that it's very possible that we move lower. It may not happen before tomorrow. We may just kind of grind sideways for another day, right? Because right now, premium volatility, so options implied volatility is very, very high at the moment. So your premiums are very high on your options, and we need to give it some time to kind of level out because premiums are just way too high. VIX Let's see here. Where is VIX right now? VIX is sitting nicely at about 22. So, so VIX could actually increase as we get this movement down, assuming that we do, down here to about 44.77, which is really only a 50-point move from where we're at right now. After moving down, we closed yesterday at about 45.90, and we're at 45.28, so that's basically a 60-point move, looking for a potential for another 50-point move to the downside. In which case I will buy more SPXL. I took a 15% position size here, and I'll be looking to add about another 30% position size here to get myself about almost half in. And when I say half in, just to be clear, I was talking about this on the Discord. When I say I took a 15% position size, I don't mean I took 50% of my portfolio and put it in. If I had a $10,000 account and I'm looking to make $1,000 position sizes, I would have only bought $150 worth of SPXL. So just to kind of put some clarity on that, because that's what I mean when I say I took a 15% position size. And by the way, there's a class that's going to be given here in about an hour and 20 minutes on stop losses. Feel free to hop in the Discord. I'm going to post the link to that Zoom session, which everybody is more than welcome to join in the Discord. So feel free to hop in there if you're interested in stops. But I do think, again, I think the bottom is in. I think we have a contender for a nice 1-2. And then from here, I think we've got another 1-2 in the works. The reason why I don't think that's a wave 3 is because if I take my trend-based fib, start at the bottom, go up here to the top, get my pullback, that 1618 is all the way up here. And I think we're actually going to surpass it. I think we are actually going to go up here either to 2236 or the 2618. 2618 is more likely where this is going to go. So that's going to be where our wave 3 is going to end, which is going to be at new highs. When this is finished, guys, when this is finished, the market's going to be done for a while. That's what I believe is going to happen. I think we're going to get something like this. That's going to happen sometime before May. We're going to get this move up here to 4,900. I think by June, we're going to see the S&P at about 52 to 5,500. And from there, I think the market's going to be pretty much done for a while. So just be cautious, be willing to adapt to change, because a lot of people have just been in bull mode by the dip, myself included. But I think there's a lot that's going to be changing here in the coming 9 to 12 months. So once the S&P gets up there above 5,000, I'm not saying to sell everything, go to cash, get into bonds. Not saying anything like that. I'm just saying to be cautious. Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is going to decouple from the market. So we just have to wait and see how things work, how rotation works. Because Bitcoin is a very risk-on, risk-off asset, where the S&P, with stocks, there's a little bit of a different different motivation to buy in the stock market, because you're buying companies, whereas with Bitcoin you're buying nothing. You're literally buying some zeros and ones on your computer. There's nothing there, nothing physical. But like Facebook, for instance. Now there's something. There's good opportunity in Facebook right now, currently trading at $243 after yesterday was trading at about $323. It's down like $80 just overnight. I think that's a knee-jerk reaction. I think it's unwarranted. I do think that there is increased competition with TikTok, Snapchat, all these different platforms which are seeing increased usage. But I think Facebook, Meta, I think it's a great company. And so, again, that's just the motivation. The motivation to buy is buying the company, whereas the motivation to buy Bitcoin is buying nothing. You're buying speculation. And also, at the same time, the stock market is tied to the United States, whereas Bitcoin is global. So that's another thing to consider as well. So I think there's going to be a decoupling there. I do want to take a look real quick also at Nasdaq. Haven't taken a look at Nasdaq yet. So I'm going to pull up NDX, make sure I pull up the index NDX. Very, very similar. Okay, very similar. Again, do we have that same leading diagonal? It's not exactly the same. I could probably do it if I pulled up the futures. If I pulled up NQ, do I get it on here? Let's just take a look, because one of the things that you see, we don't get it here in futures either. So this is suspect because what I don't have a leading diagonal here like I do in the S&P. Like certainly I could get, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here after a nice little ABC correction here. So, but is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And then on a lower degree, is it, you see, it's not because we violate this low. So that doesn't work. So this is very hard to draw out, to be able to figure out what's actually happening here. It's really hard to tell. I'm going to go back to NDX, just because off of those lows, it's hard to to really get a good read on what this is doing. Because I don't see a leading diagonal candidate here. You can't say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. But let's just try and force it. Let's do the 1, again, the ABC down here into the 2. Again, 3, 4, 5. And then on a lesser degree, we've got a nice, again, the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a lower degree. And then from down here, what that would be, again, very similar to the S&P. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. That would go into the 3, and then the 4, and then the 5 to come later. Okay, so very similar. What do we have here from the top? Pull back, retrace. We're below the 1618, so it's possible that currently Nasdaq is in a 1, 2, 3, working on the 4, and then we're going to go down for the 5 right here. And again, I mentioned yesterday that we may not hit this wave 2 for a while. So again, this is going to be on the smallest degree. So it's possible we've got 5 waves down. We're going to get 3 waves up, right? So what we're going to be looking for is from these lows, a nice little A, B, C on the lowest degree. And then we're going to get the last 5 wave structure down, right? So we're just kind of making this up, obviously. But we're going to be looking for that to come down to about 14,350 or so. That would make a lot of sense for us to get to that particular level. All right, so let me just increase the degree on this so that it doesn't mix. And again, that 14,350, we're taking this dominant pivot low, dominant pivot high right there, and let's just move it over. That takes us to the 618. 618 would be ideal. We can get down here to 14,525. That would be a good area as well. But that's where I think that Nasdaq is also going to be going. So again, do I think we're going to get further downside? It does look like we are. It does look like we're going to get further downside, probably in the next couple days. I think Amazon is going to be something that's really going to kind of drive whatever the next directional move is going to be in the markets. Everybody has their eyes on Amazon. Options premium on Amazon is absolutely asinine right now. If you were to try and get something that's right at the money, either direction, you're looking at basically $115 up, $117 up, $115 down. That's basically pricing in a huge move here. Basically, 242 point move plus or minus. That's what is currently being priced in right now. And do I think that Amazon is going to move 240 points tonight? It is very possible. Look at what happened to Facebook yesterday. Had a 22% move. 22% of a $2,800 stock is a $560 move. Now, do I think it's going to move 244 points tonight? We will just have to wait and see. But whatever move Amazon does, it's going to determine, the directional move of Nasdaq and the S&P. So it's going to be cheaper for you to trade SPY or the Qs than it is to trade Amazon directly. If you're going to trade Amazon, obviously you're probably only going to want to play verticals because that's going to be where you're actually going to make money. At least not to put a whole lot of money at risk, at least. So, consider that. you know, a 29.30, 29.50 call debit spread is currently at about $7. So $700 for a, what is that, about $1,300 reward, assuming that Amazon does go up to 29.50, right? 29.50 would be pretty high, but that would be, you know, within the 244 point move that is priced in. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, you know the deal. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And if you need access to our Discord, bitdoctor.org will give you all the information that you need to get membership, to access our indicator, and all of that. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, and a good evening. Take care, everyone.